Hello, welcome to a special Sarcasm City today. We have the Arsenal versus Man City preview. We have Gunners Talk versus Gyaldem City. Today is going to be an interesting one because I don't know whether to talk smack or be humble because I know who it is right now. But you can see to the my left. You're the right. You're right. Yeah. I have the lovely Jan City. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. You know, oh God, I'm just like I'm nervous for this. Like I'm nervous for what the score's gonna be, and that's what I'm nervous for. I'm not nervous for the game.
Yeah.
But after I saw that Everton win, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's mad though, because it's like Man City, when they're on, like I said it earlier, like obviously this winning run is gonna come to an end. Like we're not gonna just continue to win. Like we will drop points at some point. So I don't know when that's gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna be, I don't know, sooner rather than later. I don't really know. But at the same time, this City team are just ruthless because a lot of City fans were saying like against Everton, we can see us maybe dropping points, like we'll take a draw. When it went 1-1, a lot of City fans were like, obviously we want to win, but maybe take like a draw. And it's just like City just went out in the second half and just killed the game off. And I've seen City in this sort of form before, and that was when we went up against Liverpool for the title. And we just, everyone that they put in our face, you ain't going to beat Burnley. We beat him. You're not going to beat Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? Every team that were put in front of us, City just went out and beat them. So,
see, this is the scary thing about City, yeah. And I said it when they beat Chelsea the first time. When Chelsea, yeah, but Chelsea, no. I said, do you not realize this team has just beaten a top 6 team, a title contending team with no striker? And I said, watch, they're gonna win the league. And it was like, nah, obviously Man United and all this. And I just said, watch. Now look, I'm like, wow, I just don't even play City. Like, do you know what it is? Yeah, I want to be on that vibe where I was on against United. No, we're gonna smash you. I can't be. I don't know. Like, you can't really be like that with City. Like, yeah, can you be easy with me? Like, we already know. Like, pretty please. But yeah, obviously, I forgot to mention. I always forget to mention it as well. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and become a member today. £2.
yeah, remember.
But yeah, man. So what would you might as well just get in straight into the what your predictions. What predictions do you think you're gonna have? What's your predicted outcome of the game? Like, how do you think the game's gonna go on?
Yeah, let us know in the comments as well what you think it will be. I actually think it will be a close game. I don't think it's going to be what everyone's predicting, like 5-0, 5-1. I just can't see it. I think at the end of the day, even though the last time we played Arsenal, we did win 4-1, but I think Arsenal are picking up a little bit of form again. Oh, I love that, Ryan. My little cupcake. But yeah, like, I just think it'll be closer. I think Arsenal will score, even though we've not been conceding too many goals recently. I think Arsenal will score, but I think City should edge it. Like, it just depends which City turn up, which Arsenal turn up. Because if the Arsenal that turned up against Man United turn up, you'll give us a harder game than if it's, the Arsenal that's turned up the last time we went to the Emirates. I know De Bruyne's back. He does love the Emirates. Aguero likes a goal against Arsenal. So I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be a big scoring game.
You're quite digs. Yeah. De Bruyne loves the Emirates. Aguero loves scoring against Arsenal as well.
What do you think?
I felt that. We got NBA FC here saying, I'm expecting City to batter us 3 or 4-0.
I hope so.
Yeah, I know you hope so. I hope not. I hope it goes the other way, and it's a girl like, "Oh my God! What happened? City!"
Oh god.
But yeah, I see. Me personally, I don't know, man. I'm going by the game that I've just seen against everyone.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, they really and truly, if they was to attack a little bit more, yeah, they could have just gone on and scored more and more and more. But they didn't. Because
Yeah.
I was just like, yo, and we got them next. I just got a funny feeling, yeah. Shit is gonna get real for us on Sunday, bro. Shit is gonna get real, like there's not gonna be no Arteta mask. This thing that these Arsenal fans think Arteta have with the top 6 team, where I very well, nah, they won't be that. Pep is gonna be that. That do you know how scary it is, yeah, to play City right now? Bearing in mind, wait. We've just got our first win again after taking 2 L's, bro. See, I wouldn't have been so bad. I wouldn't have been so like nervous, yeah, if we had beaten Wolves and beaten Villa, yeah. But I've just got a feeling City are gonna. Oh my god! You
Big
take
up
over.
Wayne with the super chat. He said, "Respect Gunnar. Finally, the eye candy back. Lots of love and respect. Jan, smash the button, guys. Love that. That's so nice." But do you know what? Like, it's one of them things. It's actually interesting. I'll give you a little bit of hope now. You know, being a City fan, we're not overly cocky. Even if like City, you know, we're unbeaten all season, I still wouldn't be saying we're going to smash Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way it is. But interestingly, Pep's been on 2 runs a bit like this before, where he's won like a certain amount of games.
No, you've jinxed it already.
And Arsenal ruined it. So who knows? Like, I think City, this run that City are on will come to an end. So we'll have to see, but I'm hoping not against Arsenal, because I think, to me, the title isn't done yet. It's not done. If it was done, then I'd be like, yeah, okay, not really bothered. But I don't think it's done, as in I don't think Man United will get more points than City from now to the end of the season. But yeah, it's not wrapped up yet. And to be honest, like, the way City have got big games coming up in like the Champions League and stuff, I don't really want to be worried about the league. So I want it wrapped up as soon as possible, or at least put a ridiculous amount of points between us. So it's
last year.
Do you know what I mean?
Time last year we were like, yeah, Liverpool champions. Like,
yeah, that's what I want this season. Yeah. Just because City, like, we've got like the FA Cup coming up against Everton, so it's not an easy side. We've got obviously Mönchengladbach, who are not an easy side, so we've got quite a lot of hard games in other competitions coming up. So yeah, I think the more wins we can get in the Prem, the less pressure that's on City. So I'm hoping we win, but I don't know.
You know what? Yeah, I'll be happy with a draw. I'll be honest with you. I'll be so happy. I don't care if it's the deadest game in today's football. I really don't care. If we come out of there with a draw, I'll be like, do you know what? I'm looking at that as a win, man. Because we could have gone down, like, really truly with this City team. Like I said, like, the way they've been playing, it's just scary, bro. It's like they don't even need a striker. That's how bad it is, bro. Like, they've proven to everyone we can play against anyone with no striker. We don't need that. We can put Silva as a false 9 if we wanted to. Sterling and
Foden, Gabby. There's pure people that played as a false 9 for City. Even De Bruyne played as a false 9, which I was not expecting against Chelsea. It's just madness.
No,
but it's
like, yeah, but it's only. I'm like, bruv, you don't understand. I don't think we watched the same game, because you're going on like nothing. They literally beat Chelsea. Because if that was your team that they beat, yeah, you'll be fuming. You'll be like, hold on, how did they beat us? And you didn't have a striker.
Well, that game was interesting because before the game, we obviously had that whole COVID hit camp. And we had quite a few players out. We had Ferran Torres was out, Edison was out, Gabby was out. And looking at that Chelsea lineup when I saw it, I thought City are not going to win. Like, I honestly did not think that City would win. And that game for me was the game that turned our season around. Because before that, we dropped points to teams we shouldn't be dropping points to. I know everyone has this season, to be fair. But, we got a draw against West Brom. We just didn't look great. We played against Man United, didn't really turn up. Played against Tottenham, got beat. There was quite a few games where it just wasn't great for City. And that Chelsea game, for me, turned it around. And ever since then, we've just been on fire a little bit. So, yeah, I think...
A little bit? No. Big up your team with your chest, right? Man said a little bit. Nah, you 16 wins, like not even a draw. 16 wins.
I think there's
W's, 16 W's.
I think the Tottenham game might have been after Chelsea, actually, or was it? I can't remember. But yeah, or it might have been before. But yeah, we've just been City are just City. Like I said all season, I was on streams, obviously all season. And I think there was the game where the worst game for me was the West Brom game, right? Because that game, it was a draw and City just looked like they were not interested. And I was like, you need to go and win this game. And the players just didn't look that interested. And I was like, City don't want this league. And I actually tweeted, I'll start caring about the Premier League when the players start. Because that made me really angry.
I like that.
But in the streams, because before that, in the streams that I did before that, I was like, don't worry about City. Worry about your own team. Don't worry about City. And everyone's going, oh, you're 12. And I was like, don't worry about City. City will be fine. And they have been, I just think, this team are so underrated. The stuff that they do, and everyone just sweeps it under the carpet oh, well, it's City. They spent money. United have spent money. They ain't doing none of this.
This is what I hear about it. Even as an Arsenal fan, I can't even be saying that right now because Arsenal, they've spent money. They've just spent it shit. They've overspent on players. That's the thing. So, what?
It's madness. It's just, to be a great team, you need a bunch of things. You know what I mean?
The problem we had, with the Cronkies, it was the way they gassed us was we believed that they were going to be like how City's owners are right now.
Yeah.
Hence why we got a new stadium.
Yeah.
We're going to be competing for the Champions League. We're going to be doing this in the Premier League. We need a bigger stadium for all our fans. Rah, 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 rah. Since that stadium move, we have done nothing. We've won a few FA Cups. What the fucking do?
I think it's mad because City's owners get so much stick, and it's they're actually the best owners. The only team that you could kind of put up with them would be your Leicesters, who are very well run as well. But it's just but it's madness because it's City's owners came in. Not only did they keep everything the same, so in terms of fans, my fan going experience hasn't really changed since they've come in. Season tickets have remained around the same. Obviously, they go up slightly, but nothing too drastic. The actual match day experience hasn't really changed for me as a fan.
Nothing like Arsenal. Nothing like
Arsenal. Arsenal. You pay at City, you can get season tickets 250 quid. You can.
250 quid would be lucky to get a day ticket at Arsenal.
Yeah. And like obviously there's still like the match day stuff. It's obviously the prices are always a bit high in terms of like food and stuff, but yeah, that's just because of the hospitality sector, and that's how it is. It's nothing to do with City itself, but yeah, there's like just the way it's been run, like from top to bottom. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, when Pep leaves, City won't have it." Like, go watch Man City kids, go watch Man City ladies. None of them are managed by Pep. They play the same way. They are not setting up for short-term success. That's not what they're doing. They're planning for long-term success. And that's why if you're a Man City kid, you play on the same campus as Sergio Aguero. If you're a woman, you play on the same campus as Sergio Aguero. They're not trying to create something that's temporary success where we go out and win the Champions League and then we don't win anything else. Like everyone always says about City, like, oh, Pep was brought in to win the Champions League. Okay, yes, a club like City you would expect to win the Champions League at some point. But if they really cared as much as these opposition fans cared, he would have been out in the summer. After losing to Lyon, coming to the end of his contract, get out. He didn't. He signed an extension because this club care more about the foundations than they do. We could go and win a Champions League and then win nothing for the next 10 years.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you know? I agree with you on that because I remember just before Pep was actually named City manager, there was this whole thing at Arsenal with Wenger. So this would have been two seasons before he actually did leave.
Yeah.
And there was this big thing that because it was, I think at that point was his worst season so far. And there was people saying, look, Pep Guardiola, but people, oh my God. I was agreeing with it as well. I was watching it on Sky Sports News and they're saying, look, if I was Arsenal right now, I'll be getting rid of Wenger because it looks like his tactics aren't going anywhere forward now. And then people are like, yeah, but who are you going to get? He goes, look, Arsenal have money. They look at the people that are like right now who haven't got a club. And there was like 2-3 major names, but one of them was Pep Guardiola. And I was like, oh my God, bruv. I agree with him totally. Go get, bruv, terminate his contract now and go get Pep. You know, like that, because this guy will come in here and he will make these fucking dickhead cronkies like, see, like, listen, if you're not going to let me do this, you're not going to get no money whatsoever in it.
Yeah.
Because he's literally proving like he doesn't need, like, everyone was being his biggest criticism, and I was one of them until last season. His biggest criticism was he's only managed teams with like the greatest footballers in, like, you know, your Messi's, your Eto'os, even Henry, your Lewandowski's, your Ribery's and Robins, and so when it was that Barca Bayern thing, and after he left Bayern, I was like, bruv, I'm not saying he'll come Arsenal and bring us like success like how we did it with Barca and Bayern. For Arsenal, it will take 2-3 years under him at least, because he will have to work around with the money that they're going to give him, knowing it's not going to be like this Barca or Bayern money. Yeah. But then obviously Wenger announced he was extending, and I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, yeah, that's Pep out the window. And then I think it was like, not even a week or two later, I'm here in City outside Pep Guardiola. I was like, you're taking the piss, bro. And I said, everyone was like, oh, Pep Guardiola. I'm like, listen, don't worry about City their first season under Pep. And I said, look, the Premier League is completely different. Yeah. I know he's had the teams that have beaten Premier League teams, but you remember, they're not Premier League teams. They were Messi's and your Robins and your Ribery's, and you know, they were your ultimate, like your big players teams. I said, give him one season at City. I said, worry about him this season after. And he proved me right and did the Centurion. I was like, see, I was not wrong. I was not wrong, because he studied that Premier League that season. I think we came third.
No,
that season. Was it fourth?
It was as far as to be fair.
And everyone was like, oh, Pep's not. I said, listen, you don't understand. Pep's now had a season under the Premier League. Watch. And I said to myself, go put money on it. Go put money on it. And I was, but the odds were dead, didn't it? They weren't that great. But I was going to go put £20 on it, and I didn't. And I was like, oh, fucking Satorians. And I was like, oh.
Do you know what it is, though, with Pep? Like, because a lot, before he came to City, everyone was saying he's the best manager. And remember, Man United fans wanted him. And they were saying he's the best option after.
They wanted him or Jose, before Jose.
yeah. They were saying, like, oh, he's the best thing ever. And then when he joined City, it was like, oh, you know, he's only ever won it with Messi and he's only done this. And, like, the thing is with Pep, they said that his style...
What we forget is Pep actually made Messi the player he is.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, for me, like, Pep improves everyone. Like, I did not think that Sergio Aguero could improve until I saw Pep improve Sergio Aguero. Like, just madness like that. And you know, half of the players in the league in other teams, if you put them under Pep, they're going from here to here. Like, it's just madness. And it's just like, for me, like, I love Pep. Like, I was a big fan of Pep before he came to City. Obviously,
well,
I'm a fan now.
He was at one point, he was my, I wouldn't say my all-time favourite manager, because that has to go to Fergie. Hands down. I know I'm an Arsenal fan, but that has to go to Fergie. And like, I love him, bro. Like, I would have, bro. As much as I hate United, I just love that guy, bro. I wish that guy was my dad or my granddad or something. I swear down. I'll still be supporting Arsenal, but I'm like, yeah. But at one point, he was my favorite manager. Like, Pep was my favorite manager. Him and Simeone.
Yeah.
I've always loved Simeone because of the passion, bro. He just looks scary. He looks like if you get on the wrong side of him, he's gonna literally hold you up by your neck in the dressing room, like, you don't want to listen to me, you motherfucker. That's what he looks like. I'm like, yo, this guy looks scary. I'd love him at Arsenal, even though it's not the football that I want to see, really, because it's more defensive. Yeah. Arsenal have been known for this fast-flowing football because of Wenger bringing it in.
Yeah.
But people are forgetting this is not this is 20 years on now. Like, everyone's picked up on what Arsenal's done and they've betted it 10 times. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, we might have been one of the first to be this, you know, tiki-taka football, if you want to say so-called whatever, in the Premier League. But like I'm saying, everyone's sort of, you have teams that do that now, like your Leeds, and do you know what I'm saying? You have all them teams that do it now. So look at City. Fuck me, bro. They do it the best right now. There's no one better right now that does it. Pep Guardiola.
Do you know what? It's mad, because everything that it's funny. I love it because everything that people say about Pep, it's like he proves them wrong. So it's like people said originally, he can't be successful in the Prem because his style of football doesn't work. That's what
I always said he comes.
No, not you, but like the papers.
I know you're not saying that to me. I'm just saying, because when you said that, I'm thinking, you know what? I've heard people say that, and I've always said, if he comes to the Prem, I don't care what team he's at, he'll fuck it up.
And you know what? To be honest, like the first season, we had a bunch of aging players. It wasn't this fantastic title-winning side that people make out like it was. Like, it wasn't that. Like, when he came in, they were aging. Obviously, our spine was still there. But in general, the players around them weren't great. And he came in, and you could see what he was trying to do, and it just was not working. Then he got his players in, and obviously we saw kind of what he was trying to do, and it paid off in the second season, and we went and got 100 points and everything like that. And he's just been improving people. But this team now, that Everton side, every single one of them players, bar Foden, who's a kid who has been developed by Pep, all of them players were Pep's side. So these people that say he can't rebuild, that's his side. He's rebuilt that side. There's none of the spine. There was no David Silva. There was no Vincent Kompany. There's no Sergio Aguero. You know, like, there wasn't even De Bruyne, to be fair. and even he came in under Pep, I think. So yeah, it's crazy. So
yeah, I know Aguero and
you know what I mean?
that was before Pep, but I think he came in under Pep 100%.
Yeah, most people did. The old spine didn't, like I say, like David Silva, Aguero, but Aguero is not even in the squad.
And you know what I hate? People
are killing it.
But
You know what I mean?
do you know what I hate is the people that don't give David Silva the flowers he actually respect.
Yeah.
Listen, I know the chat's gonna go off at me right now, but I am putting him, because he's been that good of a player. The only reason why I won't put him in it 30 is only because he wasn't there for basically his whole career. But saying that, neither was Gerrard, so he went to the MLS. So, but I'm putting David Silva. I don't care. I'm putting David Silva, and you heard it here in that Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes discussion. And I don't care if he's not English, but he's in that discussion. I don't care.
Yeah. I think he's very, very underrated, David Silva. I was watching a video of him today, and I was just like, "Oh, you just."
When you bought him, I was like, "Oh my!" At one point, because when David Silva, I used to every about FIFA 10, 9, 8. I used to buy David Silva, him and Aguero, funnily enough. And who was the other brother Atletico had as well? I think he might still be there. And I think he's left now. But when he was younger, it was him and Aguero that was being mad. Oh,
I know who you mean. Well, they had who was he there with Aguero? Because I know after he left, it was Falcao and Costa.
Yeah, but
I can't remember who was there when Aguero.
There was that player that every single week you would either hear, you know, that Harry Kane son, like one would set up the other one to score. Yeah. It was like every week it was either Aguero setting up my man or my man setting up Aguero.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, I used to have them three in my team. Like, I used to buy them on FIFA with the Fabregases. Oh my god! Sorry.
Forlan, it was him. I couldn't remember.
Not Forlan. Nah, he wasn't. I don't think he was a striker. I think he was more of a winger. Oh,
I can't. Do you know what? I can't remember back then. But you know what? This thing here, Pep is just a checkbook manager. Imagine if he didn't have so much oil money. That's why Jurgen is better, because he can rebuild a team, unlike Pep that relies on money. It's actually interesting that you say that, because Pep has rebuilt a team. He's literally rebuilt Man City's team. And yes, he spent money, but the best managers have the best resources and go on to do these things. Jurgen Klopp, I am not going to discredit Jurgen Klopp, because what he's done at Liverpool is brilliant, right? But what I will say is people acting like Klopp took Liverpool from where they were and turned them into a Premier League winning side is not true. Like, the whole team, he has replaced pretty much the whole team. Like, I think there's only one player that starts for Liverpool now that was there, you know, originally, and then you've got obviously the youth players that have come through. But it's like this whole illusion that he did it with no money. Like, Klopp wasn't winning anything until he went and bought Van Dijk for 75 million. You know what I mean? He wasn't winning anything until he went and bought Alisson. How much Alisson was? 60 mil, 66 mil. So as much as you can say that Pep is a checkbook manager if you want, but you can't pretend that Klopp has not spent money to be where he is. Yes, okay, he's had to sell some players, but someone made a good point the other day, and they said that Liverpool had a lot of talent who weren't good enough for Liverpool, but still made quite a lot of money when they got sold. So they were able, then Coutinho, who didn't want to stay, they got a hell of a lot of money for him. So there's a little bit, I don't really buy into that whole Klopp spent nothing and Pep spent X amount of money, because that's one, it's not true. And two, like, Pep has bought players in for bargains and made them better. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think it's not like he's going out and buying the best. Like, when Fergie was successful, Fergie used to actually buy the best. So if he wanted a left back, he would go and buy the best left back in the league. he would go and buy the best striker in the league. He would buy these players. But he wasn't a checkbook manager because that's what the biggest teams do. That's the way it works. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say Bayern, you know, whoever is the manager of Bayern each time. So obviously Flick at this time, I wouldn't say he's a checkbook manager just because he goes and buys Upamecano and, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say that. Like, I think it's a bit of a flawed argument if we're being honest. And I just don't know. Like, and yeah, Ryan, I'm not saying he's spent as much as Pep. No one, well, actually, I'm not going to lie and say no one has spent as much as Pep because Man United have only spent 40 million less. So it's one of them things. But yeah, I'm not discrediting Klopp. All I'm saying is people that make out like Klopp has done it with the original Liverpool team that he inherited. It's a lie. He didn't do that, you know, and that's why it took him a few years to win the Prem because he had to get his players in like any other manager. But I don't know. It's just we'll see now anyway. We'll see if Klopp can rebuild because Klopp's looking like he needs to rebuild now. So we'll see if he can because he hasn't had to rebuild under Liverpool so far. Pep hadn't until this season. We've seen that Pep has rebuilt City or started to rebuild City. So we'll see if Klopp can do it. But I'm not going to say he can't do it because I'm sure he can. But yeah, I don't know. The arguments that were being put for Pep. But I just think Pep gets discredited all the time because he spends money. But it's like saying if you win the lottery, you should buy a Ford Fiesta just so that your neighbours aren't jealous. Like, if you've got the money to buy a Lamborghini, buy a Lamborghini. Why are you going to settle for a Ford Fiesta so you can prove to your neighbours that you're a genuine down-to-earth person? Like, you're just not going to do it. So, yeah, I think we'll see. Let's get some of the comments because we've got some score predictions.
Gabby. It was Gabby. It was Sal or Gabby. It was Sal or Gabby. It was one of them two that I was talking about, by the way. I think it was good. But yeah, no, I agree with you, man. Like,
I can't even get to the score predictions. Some people said 2-0. Ryan said 2-0. Some people were saying, like, I can't even remember, to be honest. It's not letting me go back. But Josh says Man City going to get touched by Arsenal, apparently.
City, do you know what it was? Yeah, I actually agree with you on that because a lot of people thought he was a checkbook manager. No, he was a smart manager. You want to win stuff, so what do? You see who is the best midfielder in the league right now. You see who's the best defender in the league right now. You see if, like, you look at specific teams who are doing better than you to see if they've got better defenders than you or better midfielders or better strikers. If you can do a deal with them, of course you're going to want them.
Yeah.
Because you don't want them to be successful. You want them to be successful for you, not for another team.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, I get it. I was one of them. I thought he was one of them. I never said he was a checkbook manager. I just thought he was one of it. He was a bit overrated because, like I said, he went from Barca to Bayern. But people are forgetting, obviously, look what he did with Xavi and Iniesta, made them the greatest midfield pair for about 5 years straight.
Yeah.
Look at what he did for Messi. Made him a goal up with Ronaldo right now. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
He did. Like, this is what people don't understand. Like, he actually does improve a squad because you must have watched. You must have watched the Man City Amazon thing.
Yeah. I've not watched the whole, you know.
Yeah, I've not watched the whole thing yet. But this is what doesn't surprise me. You see, even if you're winning, you can be winning 3-1. Man's not happy, bro, because you've conceded.
Yeah.
Bruh. Oh my God. Passion. No, why are you conceding a stupid floppy goal like that? I don't care if you score 3. Why did it? I'm like, yo, chill, fam. You're winning. You're winning comfortably. Whoa. Like, you know what it is? But then
do you know what?
But after you watch stuff like that, you realize the players want to play for him. They want to be, they want to be like, yo, if we're fucking up, I want to know in it. Not like half the teams in like Arsenal, like we're fucking up, that we're not, you know, Arteta will defend them and shit.
Yeah.
But
like,
yeah, man.
do you know what it is with Pep though? Like Pep is a genius. Like I don't really care for these who's the best manager ever, because obviously like Premier League, because of what Fergie did, it's hard to look past Fergie. So unless Pep decides he's going to stay at City for the rest of his career and do like some crazy stretch that Fergie did and outbeat Fergie for titles and stuff like that, all that's going to happen is you're going to get the debate of, oh, did Fergie do it with less money? This, you know, it's always going to be debate. It's never going to be. So there's just no point in having these arguments. Obviously, he gets compared to Klopp right now, which is fair enough because that's who's competing with us. But realistically, Pep could be picking up his third title in 4 years. Hi. Oh, I can't even talk. Hi, Malcolm. But
so,
yeah, but yeah, he could be picking up his third title in 4 years. So, and the thing is, people can talk about checkbook manager, this, that, and the other, but that I would agree with that if Pep came and bought the most expensive players in and stuff like that. But he doesn't. He brings in players. Some of them are expensive, yes, but some of them he gets for cheap, and they turn out to be brilliant players. You know what I mean? He doesn't get the player that everyone is talking about. You know, like he has gone out and got players that not really heard of. Like I'd say one of the biggest players that he's kind of found doesn't actually play for City, and that's Douglas Luiz, who plays for Aston Villa. Look at where he came from. Like, look at where we got him from. He came to City. We wanted to play him. He couldn't get a visa. So he had to go to Villa, and they got him a visa, and now he can play. But he's been a fantastic player for Aston Villa. Like, he didn't go out and buy him from some big club like a Benfica or, you know, these sorts of clubs. He got him from almost nowhere and brought him in, you know, and there's been players like that.
I like this one. I like this comment here. Who was Sane? That's true. Like, I knew who he was.
Okay, yeah.
But there wasn't this massive built up hype about him until he came to City.
Even De Bruyne, when De Bruyne came in, £60 million flop, Chelsea reject. Like, people forget these things and they think that he just went out and bought. They thought that he went and just bought the biggest players. Like, he didn't do that. Like, don't get me wrong, we've had a few players in who were kind of big names, but most of City's players are people that you hadn't really noticed or you hadn't really heard of. Like Ruben Diaz, don't get me wrong, like Ruben Diaz was getting a bit of love around Europe because he's a great player, but he wasn't the big name. Koulibaly was the big name. And look, it's just, I don't know. Like I think Pep, because of the team that he's at, because of the money that he spent, it's all used against him. And I just think the stuff that he is doing, he doesn't get enough credit for. Even his management of Foden. He could have played Foden every week, overplayed him, and he'd be finished. Do you know what I mean? But he didn't. He's taken his time. He's put him in slowly, and he's become a fantastic player. And yeah, I can't big up Pep enough. I'm a big Pep fan, as you can tell.
How long do you see yourself? Like, how long do you see Pep at like City for?
I don't know, because I didn't think he would stay too long, because he only stays about 3 years usually. At the end of his contract, it'll be 7 years. I don't know if he will extend it or not. I don't know. But Pep's just put us on a great pedestal, basically. So I think even if he does go, City's club plan really well. So they have like a 5-year plan. So they will know who they want after Pep. And they have probably already approached who they want after Pep to let them know that they're interested. So whoever comes in, I trust the club, to be honest. It is a really well-run club. So, yeah, I trust them to make the right decision. And, you know, the players, like I say, the academy at City is unreal. So it's not just going to be like your Foden's coming through. There's going to be more and more players. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah, City. We'll just get some comments because people have been commenting.
Yeah, no,
Says, please, Arsenal, if you have to step up, just do it on Sunday. It's not hard. MBAFC says we're getting touched by City. iPad settings.
You could have asked for a harder team to step up against, really.
Conrad said, Jan, the league's done. Josh says, Odegaard, masterclass. Auburn, masterclass. It might be, Aubameyang does like a goal against City. Zane said, Josh, that's the energy I know. Let's go. Conrad said, hopefully Arsenal win on Sunday, but I don't see it, in my opinion. RB says, like...
What IMO means? Have you seen what the hell is IMO? In my opinion, dude.
Yeah.
Let's figure that one out, bro. Oh my god.
Zane says, Martin Odegaard to make this game his dance floor. Cam, don't worry, he was our only star against that dead game last night. MB said, I'd love to be optimistic, but recent results against City and their form right now just makes me feel like they'll win. Josh says, Martin Odegaard to make this... Yeah, he said that again. Sorry. 187 Gangscript Big Up Tim says, LOL, Jan saying City are underrated. We actually are underrated. This is like people literally, everything is City should be doing this. City should be doing that. Like, we've had teams in this Premier League that have bossed the Premier League and still not done what City have done. Like, it's just madness. Flora is in the house. He said, big up everyone who's locked in. Cam is defeated already. MB says, oh, well, Cranky should employ people that are footballing men and know what they're doing. Josh Cranky said, be excited. What for? These owners.
An NFL team, it looks like, guys.
Comrade said, what a signing Willian has been, in my opinion.
Nah, he's always trolling me with Willian because he knows I hate him. He's always you, Conrad. I see you all the time in the comments, yeah, of wherever I am. Yeah. Always trolling me about William, bro. Because he's dead.
Flawless is trolling in the comments. Alpha Eagle says, big up Cam, ODS, and Yannicka. How's both of your days been? Mine's been fine. How's yours been?
Was you saying it to me or them?
Yeah, to you. Sorry.
Yeah, no, mine's been all right. Yeah. I just had to help Mumsy in that. How's yours been?
Yeah, fine. For a minute, I'm trying to see that people are coming for Flawless. Oh god. MBAFC says, I love this channel. Jokes SC, can't lie. That's what we're here for, to entertain people. Zane said, I remember the first season I was violating Pep. I can confirm it in that last one.
I saw that earlier. I had a little laughing. I was like, man.
Vishai says, people forget that City brought people close to Pep to get him. It wasn't a single season operation. Yep, that is true. Apparently, City wanted Pep for, I think it's 7 years or 6 years.
I think they wanted Pep to be the actual first major manager.
Yeah. They were after him for a long time, and I think he'd already agreed to go to Bayern, I think.
Because I think they wanted Pep to come in because they just taken over.
Yeah.
And I think they knew if Pep could come in, he could bring the likes of Messi and...
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, like our owners are great, honestly. Like they'll probably be saying today, like this season, we want Messi. Like we want Messi, go get Messi. And like
you can have him now, like for free, bruv, like with no complications for Barcelona themselves. Like, no, we said we wanted one more. What do you mean? You said I told you what I wanted.
Yeah, it's Josh says, listen, we can beat City. I'm telling all of you, we will beat City 2-0. Martin Odegaard, masterclass. Nicholas Pepe will score. And he says it again. Zane says Pep is a fraud. Lola said, yeah, agendas, happy run. F Pep. Alpha Eagle says, as a Man United fan, I loved if we take Klopp or Pep instead of Mourinho. It's funny, actually, because when Pep came in and you guys got Jose, I was hearing, oh, Jose is better than Pep and how...
Yeah, I was agreeing with that. Yeah, I heard that as well. Are you taking the piss? Look at the record. Nah, you can't be saying that, bruv.
Yeah, madness. There was the most amount of madness. He's won it with Chelsea, he'll win it with United, all this stuff. But safe to say that it didn't end.
When a Champions League with Chelsea, though, that's the problem.
I know, yeah. Zane says, if people ask you now if you support Arsenal, trust me, yeah, silent these days. Do you know what it is? Like,
no. I get what he means. Like when people say, "What team you support?" You're like,
don't really like football.
Yeah, I mean, I used to like football when I used to watch it back in 2002. I was an Arsenal fan.
Do you know what though? It's mad because like I grew up a City fan, and everyone like I used to say these guys who just spotted, I'd be like City, they'd be like, oh, they're shit. And then now it's like you're a glory hunter, so it means that my team are getting glory because you can't be a glory hunter with no success in it. So, but you know what? It makes it better when you do win. Like, do you know what I mean? If you come from the dark times and then you
right now, yeah, like, I know a guy in it, yeah, one of my guys in it, yeah. He was an Arsenal fan, innit? He was. You see, when I say was fan, yeah. My man turned to a City fan.
Oh God!
In like 2014, 15. I couldn't believe it, bro. Oh, the next time I saw him, I was like, nah, bro, don't talk to me, you glory hunter, bro.
Yeah, like I just think, like for me, you can't change teams. Like,
he's like, what would you?
The only way I could not be a City fan is if Man City, like the club ended, and then I would just watch football as a neutral. Like I couldn't support another team. Like I might. Say, for example, City didn't exist. I might pick maybe like a German team or a Spanish team.
If City didn't exist, what team would you be supporting in England right now? Be truthful.
None. I can't.
You're a liar.
No. Like, honestly, like, it's weird because, like, my family, because it's funny because people say things like, oh, yeah, you'd be a United fan. Like, my family, my mum is a Scouser, right? My mum is a Liverpool fan. My dad is a Manx, so he's a City fan. And like my family, like my white side of the family, because they're Scousers, it's literally like Everton or Liverpool. And then I've got some of my white cousins live in Leicester, so they're Leicester City fans because they've lived there their whole lives. But yeah, it's literally like that's how it is. And then on my dad's side of the family, because they're from like my side, it's City. So you do get the odd one that's like, I'm a United fan. But they're not really like, they're not big United fans, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, it's just my family, like, you wouldn't be a Man United fan in my household. Like, because my mum definitely ain't buying you a City kit. And my dad 100% ain't having me in the house. Sorry, my mum ain't buying a United kit. And my dad ain't having me in the house in a Man United kit. So there was no choice. Like when I was like a small child, like, yeah, they weren't an option. But my sister,
it's like my son right now, isn't it? Like, it's either Arsenal or Chelsea, isn't it? Because obviously, my BM's family, all their family are Chelsea, all of them. But the dad is one of them old school die hard Chelsea fan. You know, rough and like from back in the 60s, like 70s, 70s, like them rough ones, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I got told a story like for a joke when one of her brothers for a joke, said, "Dad, I'm no longer supporting Chelsea. I want to support Newcastle." He said he packed his bags and said, "All right, well, if you're going to support Newcastle, you can move out."
Do you know what? Like it's mad. Like my worst nightmare is my child saying, "Mum, can I have a United kit?" I'll be like, "Nah." The only way my kid is wearing a Man United kit is if Man United come and sign them on a big.
You know what's so funny though? I got a boy. He's a die-hard United fan. Die-hard, innit?
Yeah.
His fiance, yeah, and it's not really the fiance, it's the fiance's mum. So his mum, his mother-in-law. She is a die-hard Arsenal fan, yeah. I mean, die-hard. So when the kid, my little nephew would turn 3, yeah, I was gonna say the kid, and I was gonna say his name, but when he turned 3, yeah, they put a United top and an Arsenal top on the bed.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it was obviously him, his son, and the mum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they said, "All right, pick the team you want to support." And it was apparently it took him about 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. It took him a minute to decide that I'm gonna be Arsenal. Ever since that day, you believe me now. Every single day I talk to my man. How is my big man right there? Yeah, how's the big dog at the house? Like, how's the real Bruno in the house doing? Do
you know what though? It's madness because it's like it's weird because my cousin, right? He was born like his house literally backed onto like main road. Like he should be a City fan all day long because of where he grew up, right? But he decided, obviously, when he was growing up, City weren't great, weren't winning anything. He decided, I'm going to support Man United. So he's a Man United fan, right? So he's
you must be the only United fan surrounded by City fans, no?
He's about 40 something. Like some of his friends played for City, like at the time. Do you know when he was like growing up and stuff? But yeah, he must be like 40, about 40 now. And he had 2 sons, right? So the first son, when he was a kid, I used to banter because we were really close at the time. Like we went on holiday together as families, and I used to banter him saying, "Your son's going to be a City fan." And this is when City, this is like 2000, 2001. So obviously City weren't great at the time. And I remember saying to him, like, your son's going to be a City fan. And we used to like get balls, like a red ball and a blue ball. And he'd be like, pick one. And his son would like pick the red one. And he'd be like, see, he's a United fan. And I was like, no, he's going to be a City fan. This kid, yeah, grew up. He's now 21 years old. He is a Man City fan, and he has been a Man City fan for a long time. When he was a toddler, I think when he went to school, he was like, "Oh, Dad, can you buy me a City kit?" So he's a City fan. So his dad had to buy him a City kit. So he's a City fan. Then he had another son with another woman. They live in Liverpool, like near Liverpool, and he was a Liverpool fan. So I remember when he came, wearing a Liverpool kit as a kid, right? As a little kid. So I saw him when he was a toddler in a Liverpool kit. All now, I hear like a few years later that he's asked his dad for a City kit as well because he wants to support City like his brother. So he's been a City fan since he was about 5.
You know what it is? Yeah. See, that kind of reminds me that if it weren't for my uncle, really, yeah, I'll probably be a Spurs fan.
Yeah.
Because my uncle took me to my first ever like football match, and it was an Arsenal game. Because my mum and my dad are both Spurs fans. Yeah.
So you're like the opposite.
Yeah. But my first ever match I went to was with my uncle, and it was an Arsenal match. And I just fell in love. Like at that time, I just loved football. I didn't actually support a team. So like I just loved football. I just loved watching it, loved playing it. Like any team that was on, I'll just watch it. Whether it was Chelsea, Tottenham, back them days it was like Nottingham Forest and that. I would just, I just loved watching football.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I went to my first actual game, innit? Because I used to have this little obsession of Bergkamp. And this is before I actually came and asked, before I was actually like a Arsenal fan. I just used to love watching Bergkamp play. Every week I was like, man, I want to be like this guy. Like, I want to play like this guy. This guy's like my idol right now. Like, that's how bad it was, isn't it? And then it wasn't until I went to my first Arsenal game.
Yeah.
And my uncle bought, one of them tops, one of them funny tops, and it had an Arsenal bulldog dad with a son. with a Tottenham cockful dad with a son. Yeah. And you had the Arsenal bulldog on top of the Tottenham cockful, the two dads, with the baby bulldog holding the baby cockful by the neck.
Oh,
And it literally said, "Me and my dad both hate Spurs. Come on, Arsenal FC." And I went to my dad like 2 weeks later wearing that shirt, knowing he was a Spurs fan, innit? But that's when I fell in love with Arsenal. I saw Burke, Henry, like I was like, yo. But now it's just dead now.
Yeah, you know what, like, I'm hoping my kids don't like support. Like a lot of my friends are United fans. Unfortunately, like one of my closest friends, her granddad played for Man United, so like their whole family are like diehard Man United, which is understandable. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there's like, I'd rather not. I don't think my kid would do very well as a United fan in my family. Like my sister, she didn't want to support City, so she supports Arsenal. And then
your sister, where's your sister? Big girl, bro.
And my other brother-in-law supports Chelsea. So there's literally like no United fans like around.
Big up the brother-in-law who supports Arsenal as well, bro. Big up yourself. Big up. Next time you talk to them, say, big up.
Going to win the league on the Q&A on New Year.
Oh, really?
He's mad. But sorry guys, right? If I don't put your comment up, it's because it literally disappeared. All the comments disappeared. So I've only got from where I am. So MBSC says these football fans after 2005 don't know shit. Do people know the mess Pep walked into at Barca back in 2008?
It's true, man. They weren't even a great team.
It's true. They
beat us in the Champions League
Barcelona
before, but they weren't like the Barcelona that we knew them to be.
Yeah. They still have the players, but it's kind of like now, like if a manager comes into Man United now and goes and wins Man United, the league, the Champions League, this, that, and the other, like you could always argue, well, yeah, Man United were winning titles. They were winning loads of titles under Fergie, blah, blah, blah. But that Man United team and this Man United team now are completely different. So even take it back to when Jose came in, if Jose wins Man United the Champions League, it's a different side to the one that Fergie had. So it's kind of like I wouldn't discredit that manager by saying, oh, it's Man United, they always win. Because it's like you're discrediting what he's done. You know, when Pep came from like...
Do you know what? Yeah, maybe the argument against that is only when the manager maybe comes in the season after Fergie left, because it's like most of the players are still sort of Fergie players. So but in this sense, like 8 years on, it's a complete different team. You know what I mean? Like, it's true. It's like, I get what you mean. Like,
it's madness, but it's kind of like as well. He like did quite well in the Barca B team and stuff like that. Like it's not like he just. I don't know. Like I don't really like that argument too much. Klopp has spent. Ryan says Klopp has spent money, but not as much as Pep, and had to sell players whilst also making mediocre players look good and inheriting a much worse team than Pep. Yeah, I can't argue with that. The only thing I would say is Pep has played Delph at left back and won the Premier League. He's won the Premier League how many times with Otamendi? So it's not just Klopp that can do that. The only difference between City and Liverpool is we're not a selling club. Like if we have a decent player, we're keeping that decent player. The only players that leave City are players that either aren't good enough for the squad or don't want to be at City anymore. So we're not selling for the sake of selling.
Aguero was a prime example for that.
Yeah. Zane says, but Liverpool did sign average players and make them world class, so I can see what Liverpool fans mean. Yeah, I don't know about this is the thing. I'm not discrediting Klopp because what Klopp has done is insane. That system that he has in playing is making average players look a lot better. You know what I mean? The only thing I would argue against
Henderson's a prime example.
Yeah. The only thing I would argue against that is both managers have made players that aren't that good, like Zinchenko. Look at Zinchenko now. Look at Zinchenko. He came in for 1.8 million or something daft like that. Look at Zinchenko. So I'm not saying this against Klopp because Klopp has done it, but I'm just saying in Pep, I'm just defending Pep. That's why this comparison's coming in.
Defend your manager, man. Defend.
Yeah, I have to defend Pep because Pep gets so much like Klopp doesn't get any hate. Like Klopp is only getting Klopp the flop this season because Liverpool have fallen off since the title. Klopp wasn't getting any hate up to now. Do you know what I mean? Klopp only gets love, whereas Pep gets a lot of hate. So that's why I'm defending. I don't need to defend Klopp. Flaw says Klopp's looking real shaky this season. Yeah, you know what? He's going through a lot right now, so can't even really judge him too tough. Ryan said Klopp is the guy, best manager in the world. Pep is a very, very close second. Wait till Merseyside Everton make it worse tomorrow and pay it blue. I could not see Everton beating Liverpool. They never win.
Is that tomorrow? Oh my god, I didn't realise that was tomorrow.
Yeah, the Merseyside derby.
Oh my lord, I didn't know that was tomorrow.
Ryan said, Klopp won a league title with a striker who doesn't score goals. He will rebuild this team. I've got full faith in him. You know what? Pep might win the league without a striker.
Yeah, literally. Pep's gonna win the league with no striker. So
Codes Bigger says these people don't have a problem with Liverpool like spending Palace and West Ham too, though. Okay. He said something else before, but I missed it because it deleted it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what your score predictions are because I've lost them all and I wanted to touch on that. MBAFC said, Jan, did you know that Pep was influenced by Johan Cruyff? Can see some similarities in how he sets up City too. Yes, that is his idol. That is who he has taken everything that he's taken from. And he always, to be fair to Pep, he always talks about him. So it's not like he's stolen his ideas. Like he literally...
He's a fan.
Yeah, they were good friends as well. Mm. Yeah, they're very close, them two. So, well, they were until obviously he died. But yeah, they... Pep always credits him. He actually credits Bielsa as well. He says Bielsa, you know, there's a few managers that he's taken inspiration from. Flawless, stop spamming in the comments. He says 3-0 City. I hope so. Momo Do Sham says Yannick, I know he doesn't.
You're meant to be on my team. Hold on, you're saying 3-0 City, yeah? You're meant to be on my team on the live watch along. I told you, it's 3 against 1, bro. What the hell?
Yannick, I know he doesn't because Klopp took Liverpool from nowhere to the best team in the world, led, whereas Pep relies on money and has spent so much on defenders, and now Diaz is the real deal. Yeah, I don't think he took Liverpool from nowhere. Like, I'm not saying Liverpool were good. They weren't good. And I'm not discrediting Klopp. But that City squad that Pep took over weren't great either. Do you know what I mean? So it's not like he took over. If he took over the City team now, I would agree with you. But back then, and he's rebuilt it. This whole City team weren't there when Pep came. Same as Klopp. So, yeah, you just have to judge the two teams now that they've built. Josh, Man City getting slapped 5-0. He says 4-0 City. Josh really thinks Man City getting slapped 5-0. Do you know what? Yeah, I could not.
Wait till you come down, innit? Because I'm just seeing his predictions at the bottom, innit? Wait till you get done and see his actual score prediction, innit? That Josh guy. We're gonna go mad.
Do you know what? Like, you know what it is with City? Like, this season, City have not really been conceding too many goals. So to concede 5 in one game, and I know people will say you got beat 5-3, 5-2 by Leicester. 3 of them were penalties. Like, we didn't get beat 5-2 where they were just running through our defense and scoring. Like, literally, they had 3 penalties in one game, which is rare. So yeah, I can't see City getting slapped 5-0 by anyone, to be honest. But who knows? Zane says, Ryan, a lot of Liverpool fans are starting to turn on Klopp. Does not make sense, which is wild. You always get them fans. You had fans saying Pep out, all this random crap. Just madness. I agree with this. His man management is great. I also think his system. I think a lot of what Klopp's success has come through the system. And that's why we're seeing a decline now, because the system is not as effective, because the players that are normally in the midfield are being played out of position. And that's why you're seeing what we're seeing now, you know. So yeah, we'll see. 1 minute. I hate his echoing to me. Malcolm says, hey Cams, I actually need you to win tomorrow.
If I was playing, I'd do my best.
Good.
Look at this guy. Like, do you know what, Flawless? Yeah. Like, I know Jan's a bit further up in the comments, but I'm where the comments are, innit? Where they are, yeah. Don't come banter my teams and then try banter City saying, oh, 6-1 to Stoke when you lost 6-1 to City in your home ground. And before you even say 8-2, bruv, I'm not even talking about that. Get out of here. Sorry.
Big up my guy D-Face says, come on, City. Big up to you. He said, when United lose, everyone got jokes, so I'm going to get my jokes off. Tobes Bigger says 4 more years if he gets a striker this summer. Do you know what? I actually think, because it's interesting, because there's been a lot of rumours around Messi, and there's been rumours around Sergio now, saying Sergio might go at the end of the season. If Messi comes in, I think that extends Pep contract and Sergio's, just solely by getting Messi in. So you get a lot of City fans saying, oh, I'm not bothered about Messi.
Oh, sorry.
That makes a big difference to whether these two stay at City, you know. But I'd like to see that Pep's built a team now. I'd like to see him get the best out of this team. Do you know what I mean? I would like to see that. Because you know what? If Pep leaves now and we get another manager in and they go win the Champions League, that manager will get all the credit for that. And it's Pep, you know. So we'll see. 1 minute. I'm going to try and get down a little bit further. Malcolm says, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you do. How is anyone okay with City outscoring anyone with no strikers? True that. Big up Swag Team Empire in the building. Says Wagwan. My people. He thinks it's going to be Man City 5-0. Zane says, big up Jody. We'll do teams in a minute because we've not actually done that yet. Whatever, Flawless. How rude. I'm not lying. Shame. I don't know what that comment says, like, I don't know. I can't see it. Malcolm says, hey, Cams, when was the last time you lot beat City at the Etihad?
When we had Santi Cazorla. 2015, I believe.
Yeah, I don't even. Yeah, it's been a while. I think that might be the last time. Tobe says no team has scored more than 1 in 17 games. If Arsenal score 2, they win. I think if Arsenal scored 2, they'll draw. I think they'd probably have to score 3. But I suppose it depends how the game goes. Because if Arsenal go 2-0
have to score about at least 8 goals. Let's get it right. Because your City team can just...
Yeah, I think you'd have to go 2-0 up. Or have like a Spurs kind of game where we dominate the play and you get 2 counter-attack goals. It'd have to be something like that. MV says Mourinho's inferior to Pep. Fuck out a double-decker FC. Do you know what? I don't know. Dupe says if Pep is a fraud, please tell me what the other managers 10 to 30 below is rotten trash. Yeah, MB Mourinho is getting ready to park up the remaining buses as we speak. Zane said, "Yo, Cam, who is he? I'm pulling up to his yard now."
Oh, that was earlier. What was that about? What was that about? I forgot what that was about.
Alpha Eagles giving us some history.
Today, 111 years ago, Old Trafford opened its doors for the first time and played their first ever game at Old Trafford. They sadly lost 4-3 to Liverpool.
Do you know what? Yeah, like
Is that why it's so hated? Because of that one game. You fucking beat us in our first game, you cunts.
Yeah, but they weren't the best back then, to be fair.
Oh, must have 111 years ago. Mad.
Yeah, he does deserve respect. What I don't like is when people start saying, "Oh, he's clear of Pep" and all this crap, because it's not true. But
Oh, my guy, yeah, sorry, yeah, my guy. Oh no, he's saying when you said the other, you turned into the City fan. Yeah, no, my guy, ain't it? My guy, yeah. I don't even know where he lives no more.
nah, to be honest, it's just thingy. Football Terrace is a bit like it's hard to kind of
It's so packed now.
get points. Yeah, it's kind of packed out there. So, I just say what I need to say, but it's thingy. And he says, "Yeah, man was saying that you wanted kids with flawless just to expand the Man City fan base." Do you know what? Yeah, regardless of who has kids with flawless, his kids are going to be City fans regardless. Like, they actually are. I feel sorry for him.
Right here first, guys. Sugar Puff FC is on its way.
Yeah, Sugar Puff, five-a-side team. They're all City fans. 1 minute. There's so many comments. Like, I'm really bad at this. David Peter Lee, he's been coming for me recently. If your favourite player was Ferno, would you call yourself Jan Salo or Jan Andinho? Jan Salo, even though Fernandinho is my favourite player. Yeah, Ryan, I can't see why people support Man United. What's so appealing? I think it's just so you can say 20 times. Like, there's no other reason for supporting that dead-ass team. MV says, "I wouldn't make my kids support Arsenal. We'll be needing medicine every night to deal with the headaches." You know what? To be fair, at least you're in the Prem. Like, when I was a kid, City weren't even always in the Prem. So, it's one of them, innit? I had a choice between Liverpool in the Prem
I told
or
him
Man City.
I asked him the other day, I said, "What team do you support?" And I said it in front of his mum. I said, "What team do you support?" And he went, and then his mum went, "Arsenal or Chelsea?" And he went, "Arsenal, like daddy." And I was like, "My guy."
Ruben Diaz, big up to Ruben Diaz in the chat. I'm so happy that you're watching.
Let us score a couple of goals. If I know it's probably not you, but if it is you,
Yeah, it'd be so funny if that was actually like if I was a football player, I would be on YouTube like bantering people. Like, I don't know why they don't do it.
No one believes it's actually them as well. That's the funny thing.
No one believe it. Like,
why are you trying to be? And you're like, these people don't even know it's actually me.
And you know what? You get like true opinions of your fan base because you don't get that. Like, people, like, yeah, you get people spamming them saying you shit, and you get people saying they're good, but you would get the actual truth from your fan base if you went on. Like,
I agree with that,
Alpha Eagle said he had to pick from Tottenham, Wigan, Man United. Oh, that's like picking between.
Man, a bunch. Man said Tottenham, Wigan, or Man United.
All of them are trash.
You know what? I get Wigan, Man United. I get that sort of because I know that's not that far.
Yeah, Wigan United are kind of close. Maybe one of their family members is Tottenham. Tottenham is all like. I'm sorry, I don't know why people support Tottenham. Like, I don't know. Unless you live in like round the corner, I don't know.
The funny thing is, Tottenham, 90% of Tottenham fan base ain't even Tottenham. Live in Tottenham, sorry.
you know what I find really weird though? You get a lot of people who either supported Spurs as a kid and then support Arsenal, or supported Arsenal as a kid and then support Spurs. I find that really strange because it's like you get a lot of football fans on like social media and stuff who say things like, "Oh, I bet you supported Chelsea before City." Like in Manchester, you're red or blue. You have to pick a side. So you're either Man United or Man City. So Arsenal don't come into it.
Liverpool as well. It's either Everton or Liverpool.
Yeah. And then you get the odd people who their mum supports Liverpool or they're from Liverpool, so they support Liverpool. You get the odd Everton fan. But if you have a class of 30 kids, 10 of them don't care about football. 10 of them will support City. 10 of them, or say, for example, 10 support City, 10 support United. Or when I was a kid, it was more like 14 would support United because obviously United were the better team at the time. Do you know what I mean? The other 6 might be City fans, and then you might get like 1 Liverpool fan or 2 Liverpool fans. The rest of the class didn't care. Like
Arsenal,
that's how it was.
Like London is so mixed, bro. It's either
Yeah,
United, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Yeah, it's different in London, but like in outside of London, it's just not like that. Like in Birmingham, you probably get Wolves, West Brom, Aston Villa, Birmingham.
No.
Do you know what I mean? And then you might get
West Ham for London. Yeah, West Ham will shout for London as well. My bad. I don't mean to disrespect West Ham. My granddad supported them, so. But yeah, that's true. Even West Ham. London's so diverse with the team, man.
Yeah. It's different.
You literally support anyone in London. Like I know someone who's none of the family actually support the same team as the other.
Yeah.
Like one's a Spurs fan, one's an Arsenal fan, one's a United fan, one's a Liverpool fan, one's a like Real Madrid fan. Doesn't even like English football. Like it's mad.
Yeah. Because
you won't get that anywhere else outside London. So it's mad.
Because that's what like Terry, he was saying like when he lived in Manchester, he realised what it's like. And it's always London fans that say things like, "Oh yeah, you used to support Chelsea." It's like the only Chelsea fans I know in Manchester are African people who support Chelsea because of the African players that they had and came to England when they were kids to teenagers. And they're the only Chelsea fans I know. I don't know anyone that was born in Manchester.
But that's the funny thing. I agree with that because the only Arsenal fan I met in Liverpool when I was up there, and I was living up there for a little bit, was originally from London.
Yeah.
So, I met other Arsenal fans up there, but it's exactly like you. They're all either African or it was African or who was? It was quite. There was. I remember I went out one. There was a night I went out and I met these Arsenal fans and they lived in Liverpool. I think they were Czech Republic or something. I don't know. It was one of them Middle Eastern. Middle East, Eastern European countries. Like it was one of them things, and I was like, man, there's better of you here. But like I said, the only actual like proper English guy I actually met that was an Arsenal fan was originally from London.
Yeah. You do get the odd one that loves them and like their style of play. A lot of City fans admired Arsenal, but they just weren't. Obviously, you're not an Arsenal fan; you're a City fan, but you admire Arsenal's way of playing. And David says it here. Even as a City fan of 38 years, we can still admit Henry and Bergkamp were at class. Like they used to get standing ovations and getting clapped off the pitch and stuff at City when they mashed us up because.
Bergkamp, Henry, like, oh my God, I don't even care we got beat. We just saw Henry and Bergkamp. That's
because City fans have never been haters. Like we've never been haters. Like
the only real haters is United because of the rivalry.
Yeah, but we weren't haters of United. We just hated United. Like it's different.
That's the thing. It's just one of them. Is like
just
I get that because I know with City fans they've always been quite calm.
Yeah.
They've always been quite calm.
You are 100% correct, babes. keep shining. True. Delph and Zinchenko. It's madness. Point scoring. I make Zinchenko look good. Zinchenko's been good. Ryan says Klopp has gotten so much hate this season. It's actually upset me. It'll be fine. When he starts winning again, they'll be behind him. S. Paco says, Jan, we're going to beat you 3-1. We will see. Klopp the flop. I like it. Have you not heard that before? Ruben Diaz says he's not conceding a goal, so we'll see. Josh thinks it's going to be 12-0 to the
Wait, yeah. This is the bit I was telling you about. Wait for it.
Juve says 3-0 City. Aztec says 2-2 as a Chelsea fan. Josh says 12-0 to the Gunners. Ruben Diaz says, yes, I met him in 10th place. Zane says 5-1 Arsenal, Odegaard, hat-trick, Saka, and Croydon De Bruyne. Good luck with that. Okay, so now Josh says 15-0. Fair enough. Good luck with that.
Oh my, I don't think we'll ever see that.
You know what's crazy about that scoreline? City have only conceded about 15 goals all season. So that would mean we'd have to double the goals that we conceded. Like, it's mad. But to be honest, I think if we lose 15-0, we go on the same goal difference as Man United, I believe.
What is your goal difference right now? Hold on.
I think it's plus 30 something. I think it's 15 more. Dupe says 5-0. Yeah, but Ryan, right? That is
you're on 34. If you lost 15, you'd literally still beat one better off than United and goal difference. Oh no, you actually go level. No, I counted that wrong. No, you would actually go level on goal difference with United.
Yeah. Do you know what, Ryan? Yeah, the only thing about this is that is the biggest illusion ever. Like, honestly, that team were not great, to be fair. Like, as much as we did get to a semi-final, we weren't great. Let's be honest. Yeah, MB says, man, people forget Pep had an aging squad when he first came to City. Folks have Pep agendas, Agenda FC and all that. 100% true. Flawless says, imagine getting beat 6-1 by Stoke. Will M. Hooper says, 8-0 Arsenal. Tierney will drop kick Edison to Glasgow and Aubameyang will spam the goal and we will slide a few tenors to the ref to turn a blind eye. Good luck to that. Dupe, don't jinx us.
Let's do go on.
Oh, good. 1 minute. Just trying to get some of the comments. One minute. People are standing for Flawless. I love it. MBAFC says, Yang, your team have to be mindful of financial fair play regulations. Buying Messi, wouldn't that cause a madness in that regard? Do you know what? Messi actually earns more money than he costs, which is bizarre, but he actually does. He brings in a lot of money, so there's probably ways that we can do it. Why not? It's hating. He says, Sanchez, 2-1 Arsenal. Oh, 2017. That's when you last beat us. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wait, was it?
Don't even remember, to be honest.
I don't think that was the Premier League, though. Because we went...
There's something like you haven't beaten us since 2015. That's what I heard, but...
Yeah, no, I think it's the Premier League. I think because our last big... Before we actually beat United this year, our last big game win away from home was City. And that was in 2015.
Pick up everyone in the comments with the United slander. Keep it going. Everybody says, Jan, we are having a bad spell as my club. My G, if I can't cheer myself up and laugh at our expense, I'll just end up in the gutter. Do you know what, yeah? When Man City were 12th this season, I was loving the banter. Like, the banter is funny. Like, you can't be a football fan and be crying over your team. Like the only time I ever cry over Man City is when we win something that I didn't expect to win, and it's like, wow, you're overwhelmed. Like, I ain't crying over them losing. Do you think they go home and cry? Like they're at home chilling with in their mansion with their wife, who's like a 10 out of 10. They ain't upset. So
Yeah, they go home to sleep next door, 10-10, to
exactly.
wake up, look at their bank account to see millions in their account still. So I don't think they really care.
Yeah. Flawless is trolling. He said, if you're from North London, Spurs are the logical option. Imagine.
I didn't even clock that clock.
Arsenal.
See, you see.
Yeah.
So you're from Manchester, yeah. Obviously support City because obviously United. I swear they're not even in Manchester.
Exactly. Do you know what? Yeah, Paco. This is not actually true. In my school, my class were a little bit different. Like there was a bunch of City fans. Probably like 6 or 7 of us. There was a bunch of United fans, probably about 12. And then there was quite a few Liverpool fans because the most popular guy in my class was a Liverpool fan. And a lot of people like wanted to be him. So they were like, yeah, support Liverpool. But then as we got older, these Liverpool fans, I'm sure, are United fans now. So who knows? But a lot of the people that I went to primary school with, like, they have season tickets and stuff. I see it on their Instagram for Man United. So yeah. Prince Teddy says, I'm from Man United and I support Arsenal. There are the odd person, but in a class of 30, there ain't going to be more than one Arsenal fan. Like, that's just not... You're not going to be a majority. Whereas in London, you could have a class where the majority support Man United. Like, that doesn't happen in Manchester. Like, I know a few Arsenal...
You mean Arsenal, innit? You mean Arsenal, innit?
Well, yeah. You could have a class like that.
You could have but I'm not even lying, you could have a majority that's United as well in London. That's how bad it is.
Yeah. Zane says, yeah, I'm from Brom, I support Arsenal. It's random in Birmingham as well. Yeah, you're few and far between, you see. It's not going to be like everyone. It's like if I'd started to support PSG. Like, I'm not saying there isn't going to be PSG fans, but we're not going to be a majority. Yeah. And then the AFC says, flawless, you weren't a United fan before Fergie. Jam your hype, Glory Hunter. To be honest, the day I met Flawless, he was wearing Man City pajamas. And then all of a sudden now, he's chatting about how he was a United fan.
When did you meet him again? How long ago did you meet him?
About 17 years ago.
Yeah, I believe that. So yeah, Flawless, you got some explaining to do. City pajamas, have we?
Yeah, Dupe says, a lie, we don't hate, we're humble. Yeah, City fans are pretty humble, to be fair. Oh my god, the comments keep disappearing. 1 minute. 1 minute, let me go back. I love how Flawless is just bantering people in the comments. Look at how Yan City loves when people diss me. Told you she don't love me. Ah, sorry, babes. Ryan says, Cam, what did you think of a fraud Yang's performance last night?
I just say it, and I don't call him a fraud. I call him an overrated guy, innit? Lack is a fraud. Get it right.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, yeah, ever since I've been saying lack of fraud, yeah, I need to get this off my chest, actually. Ever since, I'm not saying no one said the term, used the term fraud before. I'm not saying that. But ever since I came on this YouTube scene last year, yeah, and I've been saying lack of fraud, yeah, suddenly there's this fraud term going about. This guy's a fraud, that guy's a fraud, this guy's a fraud. I'm like, bruv, you know, that was my word. I never heard the word fraud in football before. I said like a fraud. Well, no, that's a lie. I did, but in the terms that we use it in today's terms, like, you know, like, bruh. But yeah, nah, bruv, that before, bruv, I told you he's overrated, fam.
Big up you guys. Big up you guys, right? You know what? Like, Flawless's favorite color is blue. He lives close to Man City. He's got Man City pajamas. I'm sure he's got like a scarf and a shirt too. So yeah, there's pure, like, he tries to pretend that he's a United fan, innit? Because somebody said to him once, like, oh, you've got no Champions League. And he was like, shit. So then he was like, you know what? I'm a United fan. But to be fair to him, he's doing quite well in this thing. You know, he's doing Lacquer is a fraud. Lacquer frack.
No, look. I like the fraud or ops cam. Which one is better?
Yeah.
Nah, that is a fraud. William, on the other hand, is a not. All right, he's not.
Yeah, to be fair, he is playing against you sometimes.
Bruv, it's like as soon as he comes on, we go down to 10 men and they get 12 men.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on. So you continue with the. I like
No, it's fine. We're gonna wrap up. But before we wrap up, we'll just quickly go through the squad. Who you think Arteta is going to play on Sunday?
Well, I'm hoping Tierney's back because he came back last night off the bench. So I'm hoping Tierney's back. I've got a feeling he's going to play Louise, and I don't think he's going to play Gabriel tomorrow. Holding Louise or he's going to rest Louise or Gabriel, but I think he's going to be more Gabriel to be rested. So I think he's going to play Louise, Holding, and Bellerin. Possibly Ceballos or it'll either be Ceballos or El Neni next to Xhaka.
Yeah.
Prick. I think he's going to do. I don't know. I think he's going to go quite defensive actually. No, fuck it. I'm going to say Odegaard, Pepe, Saka, and Laka.
Yeah. Before I do my City one, S Packer says, Cam, what's your opinion on Odegaard from what you've seen? Odegaard.
I mean, I saw him the 2 games I've really seen him in. He's done all right. Like, I'm not gonna get too gassed like some Arsenal fans are getting right now. Like
this comment.
He's done nice. Like, look. I know. Just Odegaard better than KDB. This all good. We got this. Yeah, yeah, because he's definitely proved that in 2 games. No,
Sorry, I can't with this guy. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
It's weird, isn't it? It's the beard. It's the beard, man. Do you know what, tomorrow, yeah, I'm going back to short beard. I ain't had a short beard since 2015. So maybe that's why we've been losing shit. Like, we've been doing so dead. I've been growing this since 2015. Yeah, tomorrow you'll see. When you see me on the live stream on Sunday, it's going to be mad short. Mad.
Yeah, I think in terms of City, I think we'll go with, because he's rested the defenders, our centre backs one by one. So I think we're going to see Diaz and Stones.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Diaz and Stones. I think Zinchenko probably with Cancelo, unless he goes with Kyle Walker again, but I don't know. Obviously, Edison in net. Midfield, I think you can't really drop Bernardo with the form that he's on. I don't know if he will try and start De Bruyne or whether he'll put Gundogan in. I'm not too sure. I feel like because he got some minutes against Everton, that means he'll start De Bruyne. Obviously, Rodri will stay in there. And then going forward, I don't know. I think he'll probably do a false 9 maybe. But I couldn't tell you, honestly. He'll put Sterling in there because Sterling always plays.
Mahrez.
But yeah, I don't know whether it'll be Mahrez. I don't know. I don't think he'll start Aguero because Aguero is not match fit. But we might see a bit of Aguero. Who knows? But
Hey, before you
I
go,
don't go with Pep. Alpha Eagle says, a question for you both. Would you rather have your child support Tottenham or United? I'd rather they left home at whatever age it is.
I'd rather them not call me dad.
Yeah, foster care.
You can't. No. You cannot ask an Arsenal fan, Tottenham or United. City, yeah, maybe if they said Tottenham, fair enough. But you can't ask an Arsenal fan that question.
You can't. Do you know what? You can probably ask a City fan and they'll say Spurs. But I hate Spurs. So no, it's not Spurs. Definitely not United. So it would have to be Tottenham. But that kid is getting disowned, if we're being honest.
If it's me, the kid ain't supporting football, simple as that. You can
like I say, any of my kids in them kits, it'll be the day that we sign the contract where they're on a hell of a lot of money and we can't turn it down.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only time. Yep. I wouldn't mind it. The only time I'd like to see my son in a Tottenham shirt, yeah. If I can't even, oh my god, there's a thought about it and made me feel sick. It'd only be because Tottenham want to sign him in it on a big money deal on it.
Yeah. Or my only other option is that I happen to marry a footballer who goes and plays for that team, and then my kid's got the shirt with daddy on the back.
Yeah.
Right, cool.
For you, that's fair enough, isn't it? Yeah. I can't do that.
But adoption is the other option, definitely.
No, wait. There was one thing. Yeah. Before we end it, I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I think this 3 in the future are gonna be fucking mad. Because I can actually, funny enough, seeing it in the future, in the next 2-3 years, the front three for England being that front three there.
Do you know what? Me personally, Foden is kind of killing it at the moment.
No, you do you first, and then.
Yeah, there's arguments for all three, but I think Foden for me, he's killing it. He's scoring big goals in big games. On every stage, penalties in finals. The header against Tottenham to win us the league. Obviously we won the league after, but that was a key game, and he scored the only goal. He's doing stuff like that, and when we rate players, we always get people saying, "What have they won? This, that, and the other." Foden. I know he's in a fantastic side, but he's just killing it in a fantastic side. Realistically, Foden should be on the bench. Based on his age, he should be on the bench.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Obviously not every week, but he is starting, and he's killing it.
Foden first for you. Who do you put second and third?
I would put Foden first. I really like Saka.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Foden's first. Who's second and third?
I would probably say Saka and then Greenwood, right? And I'm not saying that this is going to be the permanent way of things, because you never know. Greenwood could have the season of his life, go clear. Who knows? Who knows? But Saka, I really like Saka, to be honest. I really like him. Greenwood, I've not seen too much of him. I know he's got 1 goal. Man United don't have the best manager.
He had a good season last season. I'll give him that. He hasn't had the best season.
He's, you know what, Greenwood, I feel like if he had a manager like Pep, then we would know. Whereas under Ali, I'm not so sure. So I'm not discrediting him because they're all talented players.
I just hope he doesn't drop off like a lot of young players do because of the pressure of the field, and then because he does look like the games I've seen him in. All credit to Greenwood. He has done. He is quite a good young He's like you said, if he can get the right manager, he could potentially be one of the best strikers in the world in the next few years. I'm just saying, because he's left foot and his right foot, boy.
He's double-footed. I think Foden is going with both. He is a left-footed player, but he can score score with
Saka's
both.
more right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd have that. I'd have
Yeah,
Foden, Saka.
I think Foden is naturally left-footed, but if you look at his goals, he scores with both. So he's not really, even though, and Greenwood is both-footed, but he scores mainly with his right. So
yeah, I think everyone, including myself, are agreeing with Foden, Saka.
Foden's just mad at the moment. Like,
you what? Hey, listen, allow it, man.
oh
You're
my
gonna get me
God,
nervous. All this Foden talk is gonna get me nervous for Sunday now.
MB says I'd have Foden ahead of Saka, and then Zane says Greenwood is better than Foden. I think, you know what, games like that Liverpool game have just proven, like, I don't know, maybe Greenwood goes and scores the winner in the Manchester derby. Who knows? But yeah, I just think we'll answer this question before we go. Oh yeah, before we do that, actually, Dupe says his team will be Edison, Cancelo, Stone, Diaz, Zinni, Rodri, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Sterling, Jesus, and Foden. Yeah, I think you might go with that. He says, question for us both. If you had one player to take from each team, who would you take? You can't take Foden, Saka, De Bruyne, Aubameyang, or Sterling.
I mean, I'm still quite spoiled for choice, me. You, on the other hand, I don't know.
You know what?
But for me personally, I'm still quite spoiled for choice, isn't it? I could name Pep.
Do you know what? From the Arsenal squad, do you know what? I feel like if I could just take one, it's a difficult one because actually we don't. Even though Zinchenko is playing really well, we don't actually have a natural left back.
So you're saying you'll take Tierney?
Yeah, I probably would because I think he'd just get better under Pep as well. But if not, then maybe like a Partey. Because, you know, people say we should have gone for him anyway.
So I can't pick De Bruyne, Foden, or Sterling.
Yeah.
But I can pick anyone else. Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
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 You can have.
Can I pick everyone else? Could we go from keepers? Just take them three out 1 week for a game and see how they play in it, and I'll pick them.
Yeah, I think we'll come for Tierney in the next.
We'll come for Tierney. For me, I'd say. I'll tell you what. I would take a Fernandinho.
I can't cope.
Oh, must be Egyptian down there. Oh my God. Oh, that's my bad.
You can't say that Foden and Saka are clear as Salah. Come on now.
Oh.
Seriously. Deleted talk. Big up, guys. Big up to you.
Yeah, I think I'll take a Fernandinho.
I love Fernandinho.
I'm not gonna lie, but not a Fernandinho like maybe 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Even not, to be fair, even now because he's still doing bits. I know he's in his 30s now, but I'll still take him now for a couple of seasons.
Yeah. I think
I actually would.
Deluded talk says Diaz. That's a good shot.
Diaz, yeah, I'll take a Diaz. But like I said, I'm spoiled. The question for me is a spoil. It's like it's like asking a child, what sweet do you want, and handing them the biggest choice of sweets. And then for you, it's like, here you can either have Milky Way, a Dime Bar, or milk chocolate. You know what I mean? Like, but for me, it's like you can have this, that, this, that. You don't even have to have chocolate. You can have sweeties if you want. You can have drinks if you want.
Yeah, it's been mad. But thank you everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the membership. We're back live in probably about 10 minutes with Gyaldem City beat.
I forgot you was meant to go live. I'm just realizing.
Flawless.
You not give these two their first because come on, big up Flawless as well.
Will be live, definitely.
Make sure though, hey, you might as well look. I'm going bed now, innit? But you might as well not go anywhere. You might as well just stay tuned into Sarcasm City. Stay right there because in literally 10 to 15 minutes, you're gonna have the lovely Yan City with Flawless. Sugar puff and flour.
Right, we'll see you guys in very shortly. See you later. Thanks for tuning in.